Hello and welcome back to a new review for Overlord, episode number 6 of the second season. Boy, this episode was fantastic. I mean, fantastic in a really amazing way. We basically had 3 parts of this episode. The first part was Sebas and Solution in the kingdom, and we followed mainly Sebas. Then we switched to Unglaus and Gazev Stronov. They had quite a small talk going on about strength and sword fighting. And then we switched to a bunch of, well, you can kind of call them assassins or ninjas, who were burning a field. And then the answer of this was the underground organization that was mentioned in the previous part of this episode. But man, in this episode, Sebas is one hell of a good character. I mean, he was created that way by the Supreme One called Touch Me. Man, what a lewd name. But he was created with the setup of help those who are in trouble, save them, and protect the weak. But Sebas is not just doing this because, or if someone is just accepting it and just waiting for time to pass. But in this episode, Sebas came across a woman on the street and she tried really hard. She grabbed his leg and she really struggled to survive, and Sebas obviously saved her. He forced Solution to heal her, and also to check on her medical situation. But man, that list of what was going on, boy! And I did not actually expect to get the full list of it, because, man, this is not something that you would expect in an anime. But Overlord did it, so yeah. Good job, Madhouse. So, I'm not even kidding, I was really expecting that they would cut out a bunch of the list, but especially 2 parts with the diseases. Like those you get with sexual activity, like syphilis, or some other crazy shit, like anal fissures. Man! I've read in the novel, I was like, boy, I knew this was dark, but this is going, well, right into the abyss. It's passing Reg and Rido just going through the bottom of the abyss, but then the anime came and we got the same list, and I was like, whoa, really? This was unexpected, so I'm really glad they are sticking to the source material in this sense. And when Sebas was forcing Solution to heal her, to fix her up, there was trouble going on. Solution not understanding why, and even in the beginning arguing against it, because if so, we should tell Eins about it, but Sebas was like, this is not something we should bother Eins with it, and this will get into trouble. We will get some trouble out of this for sure, but the thing is, what we learned from the previous arc with the Lizard Man, Eins wants the Guardians to think for themselves. Well, Sebas is just the butler, but his position is actually quite high as well, so yeah, and this will turn into something really epic. And to be honest, even the emotional part with the young woman after she was healed and getting her meal and just realizing that she's safe now, man. And yeah, this meal was more emotional than the one we had in Erased, just saying. But yeah, Sebas, man, one hell of a man. And he had some lines, they were pure gentleman, man. This was so patched up gentleman. It was amazing. Just following it and seeing this, him saving the woman and him thinking for himself, even realizing that, man, actually what I'm doing is kind of stupid, but it's just the way I was created. He even called it a curse. So, you know that he thinks about it. He is considering the pros and cons, the positive and the negative, but he's still doing it. And even though he knows, so he's really more like, well, whatever will happen, it will happen, and we will deal with it when the time comes. So, yeah, really, really glad that they did it like this. And yeah, what can I say? This part alone was so freaking good. But then moving to Unglaus and Stronov, with Unglaus waking up in Stronov's house and being the broken man after he was not even defeated, where his pride, his confidence in his strength, his belief in his strength, the belief in his sword was not destroyed, not kicked around, hell, not even shattered. It was, yeah. He faced our beloved vampire Sheltier and he was ripped apart. His soul was literally ripped apart, and then he is now this broken human who, well, is almost dead inside. He just went to see Stronov. They were talking about Unglaus was talking about the height of the strength and that he couldn't even see it, that it was, well, just a game. So it was really hard. So seeing him with his shattered pride, it was so good. And then following the group who were burning the fields where the raw material for a certain drug development came from. And then the switch to the underground organization, Eight Fingers. Man, this arc so far, volume 5 of the light novel, it's the first book of this two-part story arc. It's so far my favorite volume of Overlord, and I've only read these 5, so volume 6 is the next one I'm going to read. And yeah, this episode for me is the best episode of Overlord we had in the second season, and hell, I even like it more than pretty much all of the episodes from season 1, because this is getting dark. We don't follow Eins as the real main characters, but we are switching to Sebas, Solution, Unglaus and Stronov, tell even the group of, let's call them ninjas, and even the underground organization. But following Sebas and having Eins as the supreme boss, you know he's there. He is this amazing, incredible, humongous force. The pressure that lies beyond the normal human understanding. And then you follow Sebas, the butler of that said being, interacting with humans who have no clue what the hell is even going on, or what beasts are actually walking this planet. And then having Eins as the adventurer, making a name for himself. And yeah, this writing is so good, and seeing Matthaus doing this episode in that way, in a really good way. Obviously, the pacing now has to be a bit quicker because we only have, well, that many episodes left for the second season, and obviously they want to cover this entire arc. But believe me, if they are going with this and all the main points covered, this will be one hell of a story arc for the second season. And if you like it, read the novel, because the novel is so much better than the anime. Even though the anime is actually really good. But yeah, this is actually all I want to say about it now. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope I will see you guys next time as well. See ya!